Okay, this is the ladies' gang. We are at the Maharashtra Mandal, and like the Durga Puja is so very important for the Bengali women, for Maharashtrian women, the Ganesh festival is key, is their lifeline. Is that true? What does it mean to you, madam? मतलब क्या है आपके लिए Ganesh festival?
सभी things we do it. We start with Ganesha.
True.
Because it is a Shubha thing. He is called as Vignaharta. That means he takes away all the obstacles. That's why we have to pray him first, so that before starting any good job, we pray him. And if we pray him in this festival, we hope whole year we will be very successful.
Sure.
In our every job.
Sure. One slight correction. Somebody told me before starting any job, you think of him, then it'll become a good job.
Yes.
Huh? Okay. Now, she says the first thing we do is to go to Lord Ganesh, which is very true, perhaps in the context that my topic is this, that the second half of the year, this is the festival that really sets the tone to how the party is going to go on. The party, when I say, I mean the festivals and how traditional this party is going to be for year long. And because after the Ganesh festival comes the Sera and then Diwali, and then it goes on up to Christmas again. So in a sense, this is the one which sets the tone. सबसे पहले ये अगर अच्छा हो गया, that means the rest of the year you're going to continue to party.
Party. So what can I say?
So my question is, do you buy new clothes during Ganesh festival?
Used to be when we were first time married, but nowadays we got plenty of saris now.
So no more.
No more.
Who? Why? I've never heard a woman who says I've got plenty of saris. Any of you agree to that?
Certainly, I do. Because women are never short of, they never have too many clothes. They always have short.
Exactly, there's always a shortage of clothes. So she seems to be a completely content woman. I will come to attack your wardrobe someday to pick some. What does it mean to you? What does the Ganesh festival mean to you? And when did you move here to the UK, ma'am?
39 years ago.
39 years ago. So that's almost 4 decades of being away from Maharashtra.
Yeah, it is, it is.
Do you miss home?
Yes, of course, like everybody else, we miss home. But now this is we have established here ourselves, so now it is the second home.
Second home. And what is it about the festivities in Maharashtra that can never be replaced, no matter how much people try here? What is it about Maharashtra and the festivals and the festivity around this Ganesh, 10-day Ganesh festival that you miss terribly here?
It's a lot of relatives and lots of family and fun and people coming and going to each other's place, visiting. And of course, over there, lots of people have Ganesha in their own houses. So you go and visit them, they come to your house to visit as well. And of course, the atmosphere and environment is so
electric and festive.
Yeah.
Yes. True. Prasad making is going to be a very, very important aspect of not just this festival, but of many festivals. Right? Prasad making is such a big test on all the women. Yeah. Don't you agree? Because you can't taste what you're making to Lord Ganesha.
Especially
How nervous do you get?
we get modak, which is made. Some of them we fry them with the outside is flour. But some of them we steam them up with the rice flour outside.
Yes, yes.
That's the tedious thing we make.
Which one is the biggest challenge? Which is the trickiest prasad to make? Sorry. Which is the trickiest prasad to make? This is like a vote. Anybody can.
It's
Modak, is it?
Modak, and it's made of the rice flour, and it's very hard to make that one because of the way you make it. It's a bit difficult.
Because to get the shape right.
That's right. That's right.
So the modak is the most challenging. Everybody votes that the modak is the most. Now, how nervous are you when you make these prasads? Because you can't taste them.
Practice. Isn't it? Practice, yeah.
Measurement. It's a measurement,
It's a measurement.
And it never goes wrong.
It never goes wrong.
Never.
You've never got your prasad wrong.
No, never. Never.
Okay, lovely. That's terrific track record, I must say. But that's pretty much what it is like. It's, you know, shouldn't Indian ladies be really, really applauded for this? That they don't taste the prasad that they make, and they get it absolutely spot on. It's never something that they miss to get really right. Medal to be given.
Oh, yes, yes. To all these ladies as well.
All the ladies
Yes.
as well. Absolutely. Some woman made this argument, which was also published, that if you're making these things as prasad to God and you can't go wrong with them, it has to be perfect because He's given you so much. So, what is the wrong thing about tasting it and then offering the best of it? Why do you disagree?
Actually, if you ask me, I don't believe in it. Because when you have guests, you always taste food and give it to guests. So why not? I always taste it. Before offering it to God, I taste it because if I'm satisfied, He will be happy as well.
Okay, lovely. That's a very innovative thought indeed. Wow, look at that. Come closer.
There are two types of modaks. These are the one fried ones, and another one are cooked in a pressure cooker. It's called steamed modak. They are white in color, and these fried ones are brown in color. And she is very clever girl, and she has made so many.
Lovely.
Thank you.
108. Those are 108 because this is something that's going to be offered directly to Lord Ganesha. 108 such modaks, and he truly today is going to be a very happy man because he gets his favorite and in such large numbers. Thank you, ladies. Oh wow, these are the steamed modaks. Closer.
Are the steamed ones, as they are made of rice flour. You can see they are nice white color, and they are steamed and not fried. This is the specialty.
The healthy version.
Kokan. Yeah. They all are healthy and low cholesterol one.
Now it's simple that we want to celebrate Ganesh festival in the UK. The first thing you need for that is a murti of Lord Ganesha, an idol of Lord Ganesha. So what do? You can't import it. There are so many restrictions because a huge idol coming into British soil will be an immigration issue, I imagine. So that's why came the solution man, Kumar Talpade. You have been making Ganeshas. Do I call you an artist? Do I call you a bhakt? What do I call you? You've been making Ganeshas for the last 26 years here in London.
That's correct. Because when I was actually on the committee, executive committee, my friend
Of the Maharashtra Mandal.
The Maharashtra Mandal, and my friend actually Sudhakar Kurjekar was the president, and he had actually proposed that we must celebrate Ganesh Utsav, and then we were thinking about where to actually bring the murti from, either from India or somewhere else, whoever. So I volunteered myself. That's yes, I can try. And that was actually the first step we had taken. And we prepared. And you can see on that wall is the first
one, yes.
Ganesh ji prepared. And that time he was 36 kg.
36 kgs.
And
Okay.
that remained constant throughout these 26 years.
What comments do you have to make? What does it mean to you?
Well, as I said, we have a senior citizens club here, and every year when we have this 10 days festival, one Wednesday, we celebrate as well. And on that Wednesday, when I walked in, the hall was empty, I should say, and I literally felt, I come from Pune, and I felt for 1 second, I am in Pune, standing in front of Shanwarwala. That feeling came. So he has done a great job, I must say. Really great job.
An artist, truly, indeed, or an architect, perhaps, for having raised a fort. But I'm going to bring in another lady here who was curious to ask Kumarji some questions. Were you?
Yeah, I just want to know, because do you have to prove to the government or the council every year that whatever you're using is organic, or because you have set a standard now, do they just accept in blind faith?
Do they think, Kumar, he must be?
No, I think we don't take any permission from the council that yes, should we actually use this clay or colors or anything? No. No, the answer is no. Because it's dissolves, we know that. We take the responsibility as well. And for that purpose, actually, as long as actually our Ganpati looks Ganpati, and it's pleasant enough on the face value, obviously, and it gives a pleasure.
Absolutely, indeed. So this, like we said, is British-born Ganesha. He's 36 kilos, but 26 in age. And he's going to come back again next year in a new avatar, but then he's completely organic, completely eco-friendly, and he goes back to nature. And here, nature is equal to River Thames in most senses. What does the Ganesh festival mean to you personally?
It brings the community together, and that's the, I think, essence. When Tilak started this festival, the essence again then was to bring the community together. And thousands of miles away, after so many years, we are doing the same thing at a different level with the same thoughts. So, and that's the greatness of this committee, the festival, and the whole process. So,
sure. What she's referring to, for the benefit of our viewers, what she's referring to is in the pre-independence era when Lokmanya Tilak in Pune to discuss meetings and to discuss how to basically get the British out of India then at that time, wanted to have these discussions in the pretext of having a Ganesh festival. He brought people together and they met together on that pretext, and even together Lord Ganesha brings people together from different communities, different religions, different backgrounds, different countries, and at the end of it, it's party till late night.